So you are all welcome to today's edition. This is our first tutorial video, and we are going to be learning about knowing the interface. Right, so when you open this particular app, this is the first thing that you see. So I am going to start with the quick action. This is what we call the quick action bar. This one, the quick action bar. Right, so first of all, on my left, I will start with these two bars. You see the pen tool and the delete bin. So the pen tool allows you to do editing, some small editing about it. We'll come to that later. And then the bin tool also allows you to delete. Right, now this bin and the pen tool is only shown when a text or a layer is highlighted on the working area. So this is the working area. This is the precept where we'll be working. Right, this is the precept area. So when I highlight this new text, you see that the two of them appears. When I click on any part of the working area, it's deselect, means it doesn't appear again. That is how that works. Right, so let's say let me add something to it. Let me add a shape. Okay, I have this shape here. When I select this shape, it's still there. When I select this, it's there. So when I select this text, it means I'm working on the text. So these two icons are there. When I select on the shape, the two icons are still there. And let's move on. This particular button is the undo button. It allows you to undo certain actions you've already taken. But take note that in this app, we don't have anything like redo. So when you undo something, you cannot redo. So let's say, let me draw something. Fill in. Okay, so I've drawn this, right? Let me adjust it a little bit. Okay, I've drawn this. Maybe I made it big. I adjusted it. I don't want it, so I undo. When I undo, it comes back to its normal position. Undo again will delete it. So when you are doing something, you have to be careful about how you undo certain things. You might do something, and when you undo it, you realize that, oh, what you just undid was even better, and you can't redo it. So you have to be very careful with that. Then we move on to the next, which is the zoom button. When you click on it, it allows you to zoom to your work. So 500% is the limit. Right, so once you are zooming, you cannot select anything on it. When you want to select something, you click on the icon. Right, you click on the icon, not where the number is written. You click here, this icon. Right, so when I click on it, it's now I can edit it. Right, so let me show you something. Now if I click on the number, it takes me back to 100%. Now let me do something real quick for you to see. So let's say I have this particular icon here. Right, you see the way it is. Maybe I want to, where the logo is, I want to work on the logo, or I want to change something on it. So what I do is that I click on it, then I zoom in. Right, so when I zoom in, I can select a particular something and work on. The reason why I cannot select this at this moment is because it is not something I'm working on. So let me go back. Let me select, let me delete it. Delete. Then go back and choose my project. Okay, this is it. I was working on it here. So now this is it. Now when I zoom in, I can zoom in. So maybe it is this particular something I want to work on, right? Maybe this logo. So I just click on this layer panel, then I go down. This is it. So I can work on it. I can twist it anywhere I want to, right? I can change the size. I can rotate it and do anything I want to do with it. So when I'm done, I click on it again, then I click on the percentage, then it comes back to the normal size. Okay, now let me go back. Now we move to this particular icon. It helps you to do alignment. For instance, I have this text. Let me increase the size a little bit. Okay, now let me increase it. Okay, now this is it. Let me come here. So I want to do certain alignments. I want them to be in the same like positions. So it helps me to do alignment. Usually you will not need it, but you maybe if you are doing certain things and you want to get a proper alignment, you can use that. Now we move to the next, which is called the layers panel, right? The layers panel. So the layers panel allows you to see the work you are doing. So everything you have done here appears here. So we have two new text. Let me do something again. Let me do something. Go to shapes. This. Okay. So now I chose this shape. Let me give it some color. Now this shape, I've chosen this shape, right? Now you realize that, let me go back. When I click on this, you see that this love shape also appears here. So it allows you to know all the things you are doing. You have to, so for instance, I want to let this text, one of the text, be above the layer panel. I just hold it and drag it up. This one, just hold this or bring this down so the text becomes on top of the love. But we'll work on it. I'll be explaining that one later. Now let's move to the next. So you see this plus sign, right? When you click on it, it tells you whether you want to add a text, current date, sticker, shape, or take something from your gallery, or you draw. Usually I only use it to do when I want to import something from my gallery. So from gallery, that's where I will just take something from my gallery. Now let's move. So when I click on from gallery, it takes me to my gallery, right, where I have pictures, right? So let's say I just this image I was now. So I just took this image from there, right? Okay, now let's move on to the next, which is this. It is this allows you to save your project. So when you click on it, allows you to, it will ask you whether save as project or save as image. If you are not done, you save as project. If you are done, so when you click on this, so let's say this, then okay, so I have saved as project, or you save as image, it goes into your gallery. Now let's move to the next, the share button. This button allows you to save to your gallery or share as well, so it's the same thing. Now these two quotation marks here, allows you, when you click on it, it gives you quotes. There are a lot of quotes, so when you click here, then it will give you types of quotes they have. So success, friendship, happiness, a whole lot of things. So motivation is there. When you click on motivation, you get a lot of motivational quotes. Then language, so we have French, it will be in French. We have English, it will be in English. Let's go back. Now this three dots here also allows you to work in full screen. So when you work in full screen, you can see everything very big. Then when you click on it, you can also export an image. Then image size, right? So this is image size is basically talking about dimensions, which I'll be teaching you later. Dimensions has to do with what you are doing, the kind of work you are doing. If you are doing a poster, we have a specific poster for a specific dimension for posters. A logo has its own dimension based on who you are working for, right? That is it. Now we are done with that one. We are done with the quick action. Let's move on to the bar down here. This one, right? Now this is called the precept area. So when you come to the precept area, we have a lot of backgrounds. So this is a precept. The app itself has presets, a lot of them that you can use, very nice ones, right? Very nice ones that you can use, right? Very nice. And also very nice precepts that you can use. You can also pick up. This is my project. So when I click here, my project serves as presets here, down here. My project serves as a preset that I can also use. So when I click on it, it allows me to take some of my projects and work on it. Okay, so let's go back. Now the next is the text panel. The text panel allows you to edit a text. So for instance, I have this new text here. You tell me edit, so I can edit it. So let me clean whatever is here, and I write something like knowing the interface. Then I click on OK. So knowing the interface. Then we have the delete. We have copy. When I click on copy, it copies what I have written. Let me delete it. When I highlight, it appears. Then to front, for instance, you have two things. Let's say, let me copy again. Copy. Now let me give this a color. You can give it color green. Okay, now this green, let me increase the size. I want to show you something. Oh wait, let me pick a shape rather. This is it. Okay, now you see that this shape is in front of the text. When I click on to front, it's still in front. That is what is highlighted. Let me click on one of the text, right? One of the text, and then I'll click on to front. So the text, then I click on to front. You see that the green text comes in front of the layer. That is what it is used for. And we have to back to, so when I click on to back, it goes back, to front it comes forward. Then we have position. You can use it to adjust, right? And then the position to, you can increase the amount you want one click to move. So if it's on 30, it goes very fast. When I decrease it, it goes very slow. Sorry. So that is how that also works. Now let's go down. Something like opacity. Opacity allows you to make how deep or light you want it to be. So when I make it light, you realize that the green is fading out slowly, right? Okay, that is it. Now we have the mask. We have rotate. So when I click on rotate, I can rotate my work. So simple. But even with the rotate, you can also use this small line, this, to rotate your work. Just hold it and rotate it. Very simple. Now we have style. Whether you want your work to be italics, bold, or underlined. Very simple. Now we have curve. So the curve does your work something like this. Very simple and nice. You're doing all this with your mobile phone. Very simple. Then we have alignment, which can allow you to align your work. We have stroke. So for instance, this work, you see when I click on the stroke, this is a black stroke. I can give it a red stroke. Stroking helps you to make your work, your writings known. So black stroke, white stroke, based on the kind of work you are doing. We have shadow. So you give your text a shadow. You can blur your shadow. Offset, Y offset. So Y offset. We have X offset. A whole lot of them. I'll be explaining them later. We have 3D text. So when I make my text 3D, you see what I've done to it. So the depth, you can increase the depth. You can give it color. So red color. You see, very nice. Something that you can do. Okay, you can emboss. Emboss means making it looks like it is fixed to a certain screen. Now we are done with the text panel. Let's go to the next, which is the sticker and shapes panel. So when I click on it, there are stickers. See, a lot of stickers, nice stickers. We have love, spectacles, like nice, very nice stickers. This is there, this is there, this is also there. This thing, for instance, very nice. Let's see, I want to do something very small. Let me show you something. I have this. Okay, then I come and click on my 3 dots motivation. The wise does at once what the fool does at last. Let me choose this particular one, then increase it small. Okay, right. So this text, let me give it some shadow or stroking first. Give it some stroke, black stroke. Let me increase that. So you see that adding the stroke has made it look very bright. Let me highlight. There's font too, so I can choose the font I want. I can change the font size, the font type. So I've changed the font. This is very simple. So you are a motivational speaker, you just want to be writing simple things. You can just write something like this, then you customize it by adding your name to it, and you are good to go. All this with your mobile phone. So simple. Now let's move on. Still on the panel here, we have a lot of things, right? Like there are a lot bunch that we can use. So we'll be explaining them, but today we just want to know the interface. So then we move to this particular one, which is the background that's the background editor. So we can use this to edit our background. So first of all, let me delete everything. Okay, now background. So image size, as I already talked about, we have dimensions. So depending on what you are doing, this is just a square. So let's say I want the width to be smaller. So I delete it. So 1200. This. Then I increase this one 90. Okay, so you see that I've changed it. So depending on the work you are doing, now I can import an image from gallery for it to become my text, right? So simple. Downloads. So this, right? Okay, yes. So now this is mine. Now maybe I want to, we have image size, image color. I want to crop, I can crop my image back. Color, so I can make it just a color, can change, or I don't like it anyhow you want to do it. Transparent too is there so that you can begin to work from scratch. Then we come to this aspect that allows you to edit. So let's say, let me come back to there and choose something again. Choose something from gallery. I choose this. Then I come to this last button here, this image. This is it. Now come here. I want to, this is right. So this is an effect that I can add to my work. Contrast, right? So you can do it however you want to do it. Adjust it. Then we have brightness. Can increase the brightness, like anyhow you want it to look like. Stripes, you see. So it's very simple. So that will be the end of today's tutorial. We'll be moving on to the next in the next tutorial video. Thank you very much. Have a blessed day.